My goal is to be more of a bitch, but actually I'm nice, so I hope that...
That's going to be the sound clip I use at the beginning.
You enjoy it.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to a very special and exciting episode of Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast where imperfect people have imperfect conversations. If you are a new listener, my name is Christina. I started this podcast back in 2018 when I was going through a really difficult time in my life and I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. And since then, Pickles and Vodka has really transformed into a little community. It's been a place for people to come and have a safe platform to talk about the things that they don't talk about in real life. It's also been a place where I can process my own thoughts and kind of document what's been going on in my life. Just in the course of the podcast's life alone, I've gone through 3 hospitalizations for my mental health. I've gotten sober from alcohol. I've been in treatment for my bulimia, which at that point I had for 15 years. And I'm currently dealing with the highs and lows of recovery. And through it all, I've been trying to put out this podcast and to keep transforming it into what I want it to be. But the fact is, I haven't really known what I wanted it to be for a while. I've been doing it because it does help me in a way. And I know it helps other people too, because y'all have told me that it does. But even so, it's been really hard to do it on my own for a while. I've had a lot going on in my personal life. Recovery alone is no joke. But on top of that, I have been dealing with career stuff, losing my health insurance, moving. All these things have been happening and it's been stressful. And so lately the podcast has felt like more of a chore, which is not what I want for it at all. And I've been honest about it. I don't lie about how I feel on any given episode. I try to be vulnerable and let you know what's going on. And so, yeah, I'm sure you've been able to tell it's been kind of rough the last few episodes. And so today is going to be the beginning of a new era for Pickles and Vodka. I am happy to say that I will be bringing on a co-host, and that co-host is my friend Lauren, who was a guest on episode 44, The Most Popular Girl in the Psych Ward. She talked about being in her early 40s and having the eating disorder and the nightmare that is paying for treatment with health insurance. Aside from that, though, I've known her for a few years, and she's really become something of a big sister to me because I don't have a lot of friends my age or older that have struggled with this for as long as I have. And I'm really excited for y'all to get to know her better. She's going to be a breath of fresh air. I'm about to play you the interview that we had where we talk about this news, and she'll tell you a little bit more about herself and some of our visions for the podcast moving forward. But I just wanted to hop on beforehand to say that I really do think this is going to be great for the podcast. I hope that you'll stick along for the ride and just keep getting involved. Keep answering the pickle polls, sending in your thoughts. It really is the heart of Pickles and Vodka, which is you all. Thank you for just being there for me and continuing to be there for us. I think you'll really love Lauren, and I think it'll be really fun. Whew, all right. Now that I've said that, I think I'm ready to just jump right into the conversation I had with Lauren. We talk all about her new role and what ideas we have for the podcast moving forward. It's a lot of fun, and I know that y'all are going to enjoy. Also, you may hear some background noise. That is Lauren's dog, Pico, who so desperately wanted to be on the podcast, but he'll have to wait till next time. All right, here it is. I'm actually feeling a little nervous today.
Really?
Yeah, this is a big deal, and I have not said anything about it to anybody.
I know, you gave a little tease. That was cute.
Well, that was on Peach.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know.
But I mean, you didn't even tell them, and they know me.
I know. So, hello, listeners. This is Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast where imperfect people have imperfect conversations. Why are you laughing at me?
Because this is already an imperfect conversation.
You think that you have power now? You can laugh at me on my own podcast? Well, okay.
Oh, sorry. Nope. I'm still on probation.
We'll see. So if you have been listening to me for the last 6 months, you might have noticed I've been a little burnt out, losing energy. I've talked a lot about the podcast feeling like a chore, and it's just been like hard to keep it going by myself. And so I posted something on social media just kind of jokingly saying that I wish I had a co-host because it would make this so much easier. And Lauren here just immediately hopped in the comments and was like, "Oh my God, can we please talk about this for real?" What were your exact words?
I don't know, other than like, please pick.
And at first I was like, haha, that would be great. But then I was like, wait, this might actually work. And then we talked about it on my lunch break a few days ago, and we're both really excited. And so we're seeing how it goes.
Yeah, it's been something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I love the whole setup of your podcast, so I'm very excited to join this one.
You know what I was just listening to? I was listening to both of the episodes that you were on. We knew about 44, which is your main episode. Yes. But I forgot, you're on episode 55 too. You wrote a letter that we read.
Oh, yeah.
About like the long-term effects of eating disorders and how dangerous they are. Mm-hmm. But I thought it was cool that the two episodes are 44 and 55.
Ooh.
That's like a good omen, right?
Yeah, this one should be 99.
Officially, it's 90.
Yeah.
So, but I have a few mini-sodes that are out there somewhere, so I don't know how many I have total. If it's 99, I'm going to actually freak out.
Push them all through, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been a guest before, like we just said, and we've known each other for like at least 2 years now, probably more. Yeah. Never met in person yet, but
that is coming.
That's coming, yes. So, basically, I should stop talking and let you introduce yourself. Like, who are you and why are you qualified to co-host this mess?
Oh, I didn't know this would be a job interview.
Plot twist.
Yes, so I am Lauren. I have been a guest on here before, and I am qualified because I am fucked up in the head, so I understand a lot of the guests here, and...
I mean, you're friends with a lot of the guests, too.
True.
I've had a lot of people that I met online over the last few years come on the podcast. That's probably one of the best things this podcast has brought to me, honestly, is not just being able to process things on my own, but also, like, all the people I've gotten to know, yourself included, obviously. It's a very special thing when someone gives you a glimpse into their brain like that.
Yeah, and that's something that I've gotten from listening to your past episodes. I feel like I kind of pick and choose where I'm like, oh, I know that person. I want to hear more about them.
Yeah, but so one thing that has not been on the podcast is just how we know each other, aside from you being a guest. I want to say that you are one of the first people that I started talking to online that was older than me with an eating disorder. Mm-hmm. Because, a lot of the people that hang out on the online eating disorder spaces are younger. And I don't know, it was really, I'm the oldest of 7, like I don't have any older siblings. And so I don't know, it was nice to just be able to talk to you, and you haven't gone through a lot of the stuff that I was going through at the time. And it was like a big sister, little sister relationship. And I really like that.
Aww.
That's why I think this is going to work so well.
I know it was kind of awkward for me getting on that social media because I felt like the old person a lot. And it just happened that I had, from back in my day when we were teenagers and stupid and thinking, like, we're just going to have this, this little section where we all say, like, I'm just fucking fine with my eating disorder and I don't care. And, all not exactly like pro, I would say, but just kind of like rebellious little shits about it.
Yeah.
But I'd been part of it for like so long that, by the time I'm in my 30s, then we were this really like it gotten very small. We were just this super really close group that like really cared about people and everything. And the person that ran it, her hosting site, just habitually gave her so many problems that finally she's just like, I'm really sorry, I have to shut it down. I can't deal with this anymore. And so that's where I was like, where's my friends?
Was this like one of those old school forums?
Yeah, it was called Broken.
Oh my god, dude, I'm literally getting a tattoo tomorrow that says broken, but okay, well, it says it's the word broken, but the letters OK are in red. Oh, so it's like broken, but okay. It's really cute. Yes, anyway, so yeah, you've been on the scene for a while. You've seen it change, and you yourself have changed over the years. Like, how have you been changing recently to get you to a place where you feel like you want to get involved with the podcast, for instance?
Oh, wow. That's a big question.
Job interview.
Like how have I been changing?
I don't know. I mean, I've known you for a while, like we've said, and I don't know. I feel like we both go through phases where we're just going through it, and you've definitely had a few of those since I've known you.
Yeah, I guess I feel like in the past few years more that I just kind of have been being real with myself more. Because, like, before, you know, I said, like, when you're young, then you're stupid and you think that you're invincible and everything you're doing is really a positive, even though no one else can see it. And I just feel like even if I'm not necessarily ready to change some things that aren't working, I'm still sitting down and telling myself, yeah, but you know this isn't working.
Yeah. So. Okay, I took some notes. I tried writing a little outline because I knew I would forget some of the stuff I wanted to talk about.
Oh, good, because I totally came unprepared.
That's what it's always like. You'll see soon enough. But basically, like... Sorry. Well, so, okay, I wanted to talk about your stance on recovery because...
Us co-hosting is just going to be a lot of awkward pauses and giggling, isn't it?
Obviously, yeah.
Okay.
But no, I think it's really interesting that we might both be recovery positive. I think we agree on that. Like, we both are pro-recovery, and everyone should try to recover if they can. I don't know. It would be great if everyone recovered. It would be great, right? But but that's not real life. Not everyone is always going to be recovering. And I've gone through various recovery stages while doing the podcast. Like when I started the podcast, I was an alcoholic, and then I've been through treatment a couple times while doing the podcast. So currently, I do consider myself in recovery. But I think one of the biggest things that I wanted the podcast to do was just to provide a voice for people who aren't in recovery, and for people to know that they don't have to be in recovery to listen to this podcast and like to benefit from it. And so with that said, I want to ask you like what your stance is on recovery and where you're at in your own recovery, if you even are in recovery, and like let's talk about that.
Yay. No, that's a good question. Because I've been through a lot of like treatment things and stuff, and I've heard people take the stance of like it's always going to be with you, you know, you can never be fully recovered, you're just always in recovery. And I've also, you know, heard the other side of people saying like, no, there is full recovery and it's possible for anyone. And I'm kind of in the middle where I'm just like, I do believe that a full recovery and just, you know, not part of your life in any way anymore is possible, because I've seen it with some of my friends. So yeah, I absolutely believe that it is a thing, but I don't believe that it's possible for everyone.
And like I said in episode 55 that I was literally just listening to, you sent me a letter talking about 6 friends in particular that you've known that have died because of their eating disorders or mental health issues. And that's an unfortunate reality too. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that, and I feel like my point that I was making there is just that it's all different things. There's a bunch of different reasons why it can take your life, basically. You know, some people, it was suicide, so it wasn't necessarily any, like, physical repercussions. It was just them being sick of this life. And I think, I mean, I'm not suicidal, but I do think that is for myself where I most identify, because I kind of feel like I'm one of the people that a full recovery isn't going to be possible, but I would like better than now because I am just fucking sick of it.
Yeah, dude. It's like that old saying, like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes.
And it doesn't even, like, for me, I never thought I would recover either. I'm still, like, not taking it for granted. I still have the thoughts that pop up more days than not, but basically, like, if I can just be a little bit better than the day before, then I'll be happy. Like, all I want is just a little bit better. Like, I don't want the best necessarily, not overnight at least, but just a little bit better would be nice. Mm-hmm. It's all about managing your expectations.
And that's where I'm at too. It's kind of like if I see people just, enjoying themselves in the moment, and I know that I am sitting over there overthinking things, that's what I'm kind of looking at, like, I hope I get there someday.
Yeah, and there's gonna be someone who's looking at you that way too. That's the thing. Oh my god, there's this quote. Hold on, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay. I will drink my bougie iced coffee.
I have a gallery wall in my apartment with like a bunch of quotes
I've seen pictures
that I printed. So this one I had to grab and read it because it says, there is always something you take for granted that somebody else is starving for. Oh. Seems kind of appropriate in the moment. But it's true. Like, I remember during every phase of my sickness, even every phase of my recovery, I would, like, walk and see people who had looked happy and be like, why can't my life be that easy? Or even, like, the Instagram people in recovery with, like, all the yoga and the clean eating and everything and workout routines. It's like, why doesn't that work for me? That just makes me sicker. Like, I must be so broken. I must be the only one that feels this way.
But I feel like I at least came to learn that I was like, okay, social media is kind of like the equivalent of airbrushed models. It's not real.
Yeah, it's getting better, but, like, I still have to unfollow, like, a couple people a week, it feels like, because they post things that are just, I don't know. I thought I would be okay seeing someone, like, post about their, like, wedding weight loss, for instance, but but it just doesn't make me feel good, and so it's like I'm gonna curate my own feed. I'm not gonna take in that stuff. So what do you see as your contribution to Pickles and Vodka? Like, what are you excited about, and, like, what made you really want to throw yourself into this project? Because I know listeners are probably like, who is this? And why should we trust her?
Did they really say that? Like no. A Heather's character? Like, who is this?
I've never seen Heather's.
Oh, you should.
I want to. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen because homeschooled.
No, I remember the question before I went on a tangent. I think that one of my best qualities in talking with people about, like, just stuff they're going through and stuff is, wow, that was a really educated stuff.
No, don't stop now.
That's okay. But anyway, I feel like I'm really empathetic, and that's what I feel like has always been good. I mean, I remember being told, even at, like, 19 at a job that, with a lot of bar staff and wait staff and stuff, that they all, like, they said that I was one of the best listeners, and that's a good quality.
There's pros and cons that come with being a good listener, because people take advantage of me sometimes, I think.
I absolutely agree.
My goal, now that I'm 30, one of my goals this decade is to be more of a bitch. Maybe you can help me with that. Not saying that you're a bitch, but you got experience.
I feel like I need to be more of a bitch too. Maybe we should go on this journey together.
So are we going to fight a lot on this podcast?
No. I'll just be a bitch to other people and let you know about it.
Okay, so guys, be a guest on the podcast and we'll be a bitch to you.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So if you've been listening to me for the last 4 years or just the last few months, whatever, I've been doing it by myself the whole time. And so this is going to be an adjustment for me, for you, for Lauren, but I think it'll be worth it and it'll be really, really fun.
We'll be coming at you from both sides.
Yeah.
Hot seat. Get prepared.
You know what I thought of when you said coming at me from both sides?
Uh-oh.
When you took laxatives and, like, you're, like, throwing up and then you gotta shit your brains out.
I never threw up from laxatives, though.
You would be throwing up for other reasons.
No, so yeah, it all stayed one way.
I know that laxatives don't make you throw up.
Oh, I think they can.
What?
I certainly felt really close if you take enough.
Okay, well, that's another episode. This is what you can expect with Lauren as your co-host. Lots of great stories.
Yeah, but guess what, guys? I have been pooping regularly. I'm sure you wanted to know.
Yay! I'm gonna put in like an air horn here or something. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, what to expect in the coming episodes. So my original goal for the podcast was to do solo episodes interspersed with guest interviews. And that's what I've been doing for the last couple of years, is just like, we'll have a guest episode one week, then the next week it'll be solo, and it just continues in that order. Because I've been so burned out, it's been kind of all over the place lately, and I think Lauren being here will really help me get more dedicated to it, I think, and more excited about it. The great thing about having a co-host is that, like, now I have someone to do episodes with every week.
Yes.
Whether we have a guest or not.
Plans.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask you in a second, like, what are some of your dream episodes are. We've talked about a few, but what you can expect is Lauren and I will record every week as of now, right? Mm-hmm. And when I have a guest interview to put in, we'll either do it together or I have two on the on my schedule this week. So I'll interview those like just me, but then we'll listen to it together, and you can like put in your cliff notes at the end, if you will.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm telling her about this because I'm professional.
Yes.
But the goal is soon we'll be interviewing people together. We'll be doing everything together.
Yay!
And it'll be great.
Yeah.
What do you see for the future? What are you excited about?
Well, I am excited about the first idea that we talked about, because I think that is like gold, which was how has mental illness been well represented and terribly represented in media forms?
Oh, yes. We have been talking about doing this episode since your first episode.
Yeah, it was just kind of like one throwaway comment, but now that you're making it a whole, like, let's look at everything and see what's the best and the worst.
We might have to do like a multi-parter because I'm getting a lot of comments.
So, okay.
I have a few voicemails already, and like people are commenting, and already I know that I'm going to want to talk about some of the examples in depth.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, so we have
What are some of the ones you've been getting? Can you give a little teaser?
Spoil it.
Okay, then let me know later.
But mostly TV shows, one artist, like music artist, and then a couple movies. But we need more. What about books?
Oh, absolutely.
Or like poetry?
Maybe.
Yeah. The world is our oyster.
Songs.
The depression oyster.
I'm thinking of songs that frequently backed up the YouTube stories that, were like, my life was great, and then it was so hard, and then I came out on the other side, and there's, like 3 songs that everybody uses for these.
Breathe Me by Sia.
Yep.
In the Arms of an Angel.
Some Demi Lovato song.
Oh, I wouldn't know that.
I don't know what it is.
You are a musician, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you've actually been in a few bands.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes.
Well, so, I mean...
Sorry, I just quit the one today.
Well, yeah.
Them know.
Oh, so shit. How are you feeling about that?
Still kind of like, it needed to happen, and luckily, the thing I was most afraid about is it causing drama in the group, because I hate drama, as you all soon learn, I'm sure. That's I've gone into several job interviews, and they say, like, what's positive about you? And I'm just like, I do not deal with drama. Yeah. A lot of offices have a lot of drama. But anyway, it was just, there was things going on that maybe I'll get into more.
You don't even have to talk about it if you don't want to. We can edit this out if you want to.
No, I was just going to say that the main thing is that I was going to practices for this band, and the last couple practices I left, I realized that I was leaving practice feeling worse than before I went in. And so, when something like that happens, it's just kind of like, I guess I need to remove myself from the situation.
Yeah. But you're someone who likes to have a hobby.
Yes.
And so hopefully this podcast can be your next fun hobby.
This came at the exact right time.
Yeah. And I was getting burned out on my own. I mean, it was like that. More often than not, I would feel like more exhausted after recording than I had before. And I used to be super excited about it. And it's just felt like something I have to do lately. And I don't want that at all.
So the sad thing about not using Zoom is you can't see Pico's lovely face right now.
Oh my God. Yes. Tell the listeners about your children.
I adopted a 2-year-old Chihuahua mini poodle mix. I didn't know that then. His name is Pico. He is the love of my life. He is adorable. And I just recently got a little black kitten named Meatball.
Meatball and Pico. They're so cute. I cannot wait to see them in person. Did you say where you're from?
Oh, well, I'm in St. Louis right now, but I'm originally from Michigan and lived in Chicago for a long time. So
I love your Midwest accent. I bet my Midwest accent will come out more when I talk to you because it's just my favorite. But yes, my family reunion this year is going to be in St. Louis, so Lauren and I are going to meet up in person for the first time, and I feel like we should make a video episode or something special.
Oh, I forgot that you said it was a family reunion. So now I'm curious because I moved here and found out that my grandma was born here, and basically all of my grandma's family, except for her, still lives in St. Louis.
Oh
so maybe we're related.
Shut the fuck up. This is about to become a different type of podcast.
On our first dual episode, we learn we're related.
Gotta get the listeners in somehow.
Yes.
We're switching gears here. The more drama, the better.
Yep.
You thought you were getting away? It's just beginning.
So me and my cousin Christina, we do this podcast now.
Oh my God, that would be insane. But yeah, if anyone has any questions for me about this transition, or if you just want to like get to know Lauren better, hit me up. And we haven't really decided about like how we're gonna share the social media yet.
Oh,
do you like doing that sort of thing?
Sometimes. I loved doing my first band's Twitter, I remember.
Ooh, I don't post to the Pickles and Vodka Twitter as often as I would like.
I don't post to my Twitter in years, so since I don't have that band anymore, I don't really do Twitter, but I did like doing the band Twitter, so.
Well, we'll figure that out, but Lauren will be here to interact with you lovely people in some capacity at some point.
Yes.
Like we said, we're going to do the media episode where we talk about mental health depictions in the media. And that is currently on my Instagram as a pickle poll. You can go and comment on that post, or you can send in a voicemail through Instagram or Facebook Messenger.
So I just, on the spot, I just had another idea for something we could do. Because the last time that I was in a treatment setting, like, things were so nuts there that we joked around a lot that we needed to have offered to be filmed and have it be a reality show. So
are you suggesting that we?
I feel like between the two of us, we should try and create the characters that would be on a reality treatment show.
Oh my God, dude, that would be interesting. I really like doing concept episodes, conceptual episodes like that. Yeah. Do you like to journal?
I do.
Maybe we could take turns reading journal entries and talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. That's something I currently do on the solo episodes.
Very funny. My mom had me go through stuff. I was just visiting my parents a week or so ago, and my mom had me go through just some boxes of things that were still at her house, and figured most of them will throw out because I haven't needed them in 5 years. But one thing I found was a journal from high school.
Oh my God.
And I immediately brought that back. I'm like, I have to see what this says.
Dude, we can compare high school journals. Mine is, I bet yours has fewer mentions of God than mine does.
Probably.
That's crazy. Also, what year did you graduate high school?
97.
Oh my God, iconic.
Yeah.
I graduated high school in 2010. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I'll forgive you.
I'm not sorry. This is also why I think you will be such a great addition to the podcast, because in our age difference, like, you have a lot of insight into things I haven't experienced. To make it serious again, you've lost people, and like I really haven't yet, aside from grandparents that I never knew. So it's harder for me to connect to people who talk about losing loved ones because I haven't experienced it. And so I think it'll be good to have your perspective for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say to the listeners? Pretend that you're on a stage right now and the listeners are sitting there staring up at you with wide, expectant eyes.
Oh, crap.
A few of them are crying.
I'm so proud of you for getting this far. Life holds many challenges for you. I don't know. I first just felt like a graduation speaker.
What the fuck are we doing right now?
Describe that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't even know how being a co-interviewer will go. I've never done that, so
me neither.
That's exciting.
I have interviewed 2 people at once, and it's fun. It's really fun. I'm excited. And listeners, please tell us if you have any ideas for topics we can cover, or if
and
people you want us to interview.
My goal is to be more of a bitch, but actually I'm nice, so I hope that...
That's going to be the sound clip I use at the beginning.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, Lauren is the nicest non-bitch you'll ever meet. The bitchiest nice person that I don't know.
The nicest bitch you'll ever know.
The nicest bitch. Oh my god. Do you have anything else you want to mention, or?
No, just looking forward to it. Can't wait to dive in.
Yeah, so listeners, like I said, this week I have 2 interviews with guests, so look out for those in the coming weeks. And then Lauren and I will continue to do episodes together, and I'm really excited.
Sweet! Yeah,
yes.
Me too.
Yes, this is a new beginning for Pickles and Vodka, and I could not be excited. I could not be more excited. I think this is what the podcast needs, and bigger and better things from here on out.
Yep.
Or at least, bigger and more vulnerable things.
That too.
Yes. All right. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of your week. And Lauren, close us out. How do you say goodbye?
See ya?
See ya?
That's how I sign off a lot of emails.
See ya, question mark? All right, people, see ya, question mark?
Maybe? Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, friends. It's Christina again. As always, thank you for listening. If you want to support Pickles and Vodka, you can give us a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Pickles and Vodka Podcast. If you could relate to anything at all we talked about today, or you just want to say hi, email me at picklesandvodkapodcast@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram at picklesandvodkapodcast. Stay safe and have a good week. Bye.